Next time you think you have a busy week ahead, spare a thought for Pavel Nurmi at the 1924 Olympic Games in Paris. The record books show Nurmi won 5 gold medals that summer. What they don't make clear is that he did it inside 6 days. It's worth adding that Nurmi was a distance runner. He won his medals in the most demanding races on the schedule, bunched up because nobody would be brave enough to try it all. No athlete has ever taken on what Nurmi took on. No athlete even came close. Distance running in the 1920s was dominated by one country, Finland. But even among the all-conquering Finns, Nurmi rose to the status of Olympic titan. He was a single-minded pioneer of distance running who achieved things people thought impossible. At 22, while in the army, Nurmi ran 20 kilometers carrying a rifle, a cartridge belt, and an 11-pound sack of sand. It was supposed to be a march, but he ran the whole course. Going from the army ranks to the racetrack, Nurmi's achievements are unlike anything seen either before or since. He broke 11 world records and became known for carrying a stopwatch during his races, glancing at it to keep himself on pace. The focus on split times and race strategies was unique. He was years ahead of his time. By Paris 1924, Nurmi was in a world of his own, and he needed to be. Finnish officials stopped him entering the 10,000 meters, but he entered the 1,500 meters, the 5,000 meters, the 3,000 meters team race, and the cross country. Angry not to be allowed in the 10,000 meters, Nurmi is said to have run the race anyway, by himself on the practice track. He comfortably beat the pace set inside the stadium. He ran heats on Tuesday and Wednesday, but Thursday was Nurmi's biggest day. He was due to run the 1,500 meters and the 5,000 meters despite a break of only 2 hours between them. There was no time to lose. Nurmi was so quick in the 1,500 meters final that he slowed up at the end, breaking only the Olympic record rather than the world record. He walked straight off the track at the end, picked up his belongings, and prepared for the next race. Others passed out from exhaustion, but Nurmi had another race to run. Today, athletes get a day to recover between races, but not Nurmi. In the sweltering hot summer of 1924, the Finn took to the track again. Nurmi had prepared meticulously. He arranged a dress rehearsal for himself 3 weeks before in Helsinki. 2 races in one day, just 1 hour apart. He set world records in both. As impossible as it seemed, Nurmi held off his teammate Ville Ritola to win the 5,000 meters in Paris. He had his 2 gold medals in one day. That was Thursday. On Friday, he had the semi-finals of the team race. On Saturday, it was the cross country in conditions that were even more extreme. The 10-kilometer course took the runners through thistles and weeds and beside a power station belching noxious fumes. The Red Cross had to be deployed to search for exhausted runners collapsing along the course and on the track. But the only place to look for Nurmi was at the finishing line. He crossed a minute and a half ahead of the field, barely drawing breath. No one ever ran the cross country again. Deemed too dangerous, it was scrapped from the games. By comparison, the team race on Sunday was a breeze. The Finns were 5th, 2nd, and of course, Nurmi first, more than 8 seconds clear. The French magazine Miroir des Sports wrote, "Pavel Nurmi goes beyond the limits of humanity." Nurmi won 10 gold medals in his career, 5 of them over those 7 days in Paris. It is a track record that would never be matched.